So in a post on social media earlier in the day, President Trump offered praise for Putin and blamed both President Biden and Ukrainian President Zelensky for allowing this travesty to begin. Russia invaded Ukraine. The Wall Street Journal's editorial board has a new piece entitled Putin's Latest Answer to Trump's Ceasefire Proposal. It reads in part this: President Trump offered his proposal for a 30-day ceasefire between Ukraine and Russia in early March, and Ukraine quickly accepted. Vladimir Putin's latest niet came Sunday in the form of another missile strike against civilians in the Ukrainian city of Sumy. The ballistic missile attack killed 34 people, including 2 children, and injured more than 100 as it struck university and residential buildings, as well as civilians in the street. Targeting civilians is a war crime, but that is nothing new for the Kremlin. Mr. Trump and his chief negotiator, Steve Witkoff, keep saying Mr. Putin wants peace. President Trump's 30-day ceasefire proposal has now been on the table for longer than the ceasefire would have lasted. The peace Mr. Putin seems to want is the peace of the grave for Ukrainians. Chris Matthews, Volodymyr Zelensky spoke out recently talking about, he was asked whether he felt the United States was behind Ukraine. And his answer was very painful. It was, that he believed the people of the United States are with him, but not so sure about the government structure and whether or not there's a full support of Ukraine. Do you think politically Americans will side with Putin as well if Trump does?
No, I think the American people find Ukraine today very much like Britain back in the late 30s and 1940. We see them as the democracy fighting for itself against a tyrannical challenger, an aggressor nation. The Soviets, former Soviets, now Russians, I think they're still nationalists, see themselves as the right to rebuild their empire. You know, if you look around the world, we attack our most friendly country in the world, Canada. We attack Vietnam, which has become one of our friendliest nations in the world. If you go to Vietnam, I've been going there every year to teach, and I have to tell you, it's so pro-American and fearful of China. And what happened today? President Xi of China is in Vietnam trying to coax his way back to a friendship with them. We are taking friends and turning them into enemies. We're turning enemies and taking them into friends. This is all 180 craziness in the world. We lash out at our best friends, our people who are becoming our best friends since the Vietnam War. And certainly with Canada, nobody in America has any animus towards Canada. There is none in America anywhere. No one has a problem with Canada. And so we fight with our best friends that we go visit over there. We sometimes get confused. Oh, we're not in our country. No, we're in Canada, a friendly country. And we go to Russia. Nobody thinks Russia's on our side. Nobody thinks North Korea's on our side, or Iran or China. We know who our enemies are. They're geopolitical. They're obvious. They're factual. But Trump has this weird love of Hungary, of Russia, of North Korea in the strangest way. He wants to make friends with our enemies. What is he up to? I don't have any conspiracy theories, but I do not get it. I do not get what this guy's love of Russia particularly is. And always forgiving them. We have Witkoff, who seems like a serious guy, a serious negotiator over there, trying to find out what is their problem with peace. Their problem with peace is it doesn't expand the former Soviet empire. It doesn't include Belarus, and it doesn't threaten Poland, and it's not going to take Crimea and all those countries. They want more land. This is the old Russian land grab. They want more land. This is what's going on.